pushy kind of hero. That really puts this Hellborn bottom lane at a big advantage, 5-5 compared to the 5-3, and Andromeda has to walk all the way back. I can kind of see why they put the Andromeda with the Dark Lady. It's simply for the farming purposes. And oh wow, I didn't have the stats up this entire game. No. Anyways, I mean that's Dark Lady right now sitting at 11 creep kills. Not the best farm, as I'm just gonna quickly watch Pebbles die. Sorry, by Pebbles I mean Voodoo Jester. No, okay, yeah, Pebbles went down too. I was gonna say he probably going down here, but anyways, they both died. But putting that Andromeda down there is, I can only assume, for the farming purposes of just, you know, throwing out that Aurora, stacking the negative armor for the Dark Lady, and then she can just go up and auto attack it, because she does have that hatchet. You know, that's a good 30% extra, you know, damage. So.
Yeah, but if she walks up to the creeps, and Witch Slayer's just gonna start giggling for all his stun, his hex, and Flint Beastwood will gladly follow that up with a flare, and that Dark Lady is gonna find herself in a world of pain. So
I'm not saying it's
I
gonna
don't
work.
like it.
I'm just saying I can see the reasoning behind it. Stacking the negative armor with their very, very physical Dark Lady, but. Yeah, I don't know, we're sitting at right now to 4-1 advantage for KD as we just had a pause go off, and that's, I believe 3 of those kills have landed on that Forsaken Archer, so Magix there, as you correctly, you know, said, likes to really play that solo mid, and so far he's doing a phenomenal job of it. Level 8, 3 kills under his belt. I mean, his farm is right now truly exceptional, 314, and it's only 8 minutes into the game, so he has a lot of money to throw around right now.
Yeah, definitely. And Forsaken Archer is one of those heroes. She's a strong carry, but if she can get really farmed, she just transitions into an absolute farming machine, and she becomes really dominant around the 25-minute mark. Around, you know, when she picks up her Geometer's Bane and the Frostwolf Skull, and all of that good. All of the good items, you know, you see typically on the range carries these days. So yeah, that's definitely nothing that Pyro really want to have happening. And right now, Pyro find themselves in a severe disadvantage because they lost all lanes basically, and it seems that KD really pulling through here. They just, you know, they have the game in their hands. 8 minutes in, already having a 3.2k experience advantage and a 3.2 k gold advantage, so that's pretty big for them. KD really in the driver's seat of this game.
Yeah, so far they definitely control the momentum and etc. All to that. Flint Beastwood will be hitting 6 soon, and then they can really start throwing a lot of harass on this Dark Lady. 777 hit points with no real way to kind of block that ultimate from Flint. She could definitely go down with a quick combo of Graveyard, Explosive Flare to the Magic Bullet, or sorry, the Money Shot. I call it the Magic Bullet. In fact, both
Yeah,
heroes
and
have the
when
Magic Bullet. Both of their ults are...
yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yep.
So a lot of gunpowder in that bottom lane.
Yeah. The
You
holy
have
crosses and
got
silver bullets. Fun times.
seems
Fun
that
times.
yeah, definitely.
So,
yeah.
well,
Go ahead.
how's Pebbles doing mid? I know you said he cycled mid to try to kind of, you know, get a lot more farm, and they did put that Wretched Hag up top instead. Now, Hag versus Valkyrie, they're doing okay. Both of them range, a lot of escape mechanisms going on there. But how has Pebbles fared mid?
Pebbles hasn't fared too well because they were with them cycling to mid. Voodoo Jester also cycled mid, and of course they had to face that Forsaken Archer, which is super dangerous at this point of the game because she has, you know, the strong AoE stun and the skeletons, which deal a ton of damage this early on, combined with the stun from Voodoo Jester, just really puts out a lot of damage, and that's why Pebbles really hasn't improved very much. Looking at his gold per minute with 190, still doing very good for, you know, what he's been up against thus far. But, you know, the longer this game goes, the worse for Pebbles, because Pebbles needs to hit that level 9. That is such a crucial point in the game for Pebbles, and the next crucial point is the portal key for him. If he can pick that up, and then he can be so devastating. If he can't early enough, then he becomes a lot less useful than he normally is, or he is supposed to be.
Well, this may or may not work out in their favor, but they will. I don't know. Flint Beast was desperately trying to stay alive here, as Wretched Hag desperately really wants to kill him. But this might have been an overextension of Wretched Hag, as she's now behind that tower, and there's 2 ranged heroes beaten on her. And she will be using that bottle, going to be running into the forest here. Vision has been granted, but she has to she's out of mana. So she's going to be going down, no problem. So we had a 4-man gank down here, going in on this Witch Slayer, and that Flint Beastwood. Flint getting out by the skin of his teeth, as we were talking about Pebbles, but it's very, very strong combo down south. Even 4-man ganks couldn't seem to take them down, and for that I'm actually just going to request a pause on our end here, Luke. Alright, so sorry about that, folks, but just had to take care of that pesky Skype as it was being dumb. Anyways, so yeah, Pebbles mid has been okay, but we do have, of course, Forsaken Archer being very strong in that mid. It looks like there's even a little bit of revenge down south. It was distracted with that pause, but the tri-lane down south has reformed, and they were able to take out Andromeda. Dark Lady looks, well, looks like she's okay, but Andromeda down. I mean, she's under a lot of pressure now, getting zoned out of the experience almost completely, and she is just not doing super well. And so talking about, key pivotal points for heroes, Dark Lady really needs to farm up that Runed Axe of hers so she can become that super powerful 25-minute mark hero. I think you were talking about that a little earlier, unless that was still the Pebbles talk.
Yeah, it is, but we've seen that in another game where we watched, I don't know, I think it was Emperor, and Scandal played the Dark Lady, and that Rune Axe was really delayed.
Yeah, it was like
really
35-minute Runed Axe.
Yeah, and that is really bad for you. A Dark Lady, typically you want to pick it up the latest at the 25-minute mark, because after that you just might as well skip it, because it becomes typically useless, as does Dark Lady. But her farm right now is at 128 gold per minute, which is not good at all.
I cannot believe she got out of that with the skin of her teeth, but thanks to a pro toss by Pebbles and a Wretched Hag, a little bit of support from her, this Dark Lady did not go down. I was going to say, this is not going to be great for her farm whatsoever, but she is able to pick up 2 assists from that, and finally finishes up her Ghost Marchers. Now, we did have to abandon the mid lane, who lost a tower to the combined the combined Forsaken Archer, and the Voodoo Jester combo, and now I don't know what Forsaken Archer is trying to pull here, but Sharon and Wretched Hag kind of just shared a moment there in the forest where they're kind of looking at each other, being like, and now she runs. Right.
Yeah. Definitely. Forsaken Archer actually even blew her ultimate to clear a creep wave here. So I'm not quite a fan of that. I mean, you can do it at early levels, but later on you really want to save your ultimate, because it does deal a ton of damage if placed correctly.
Well, here's the strength of the Nymphora ultimate. She is level 6, and she brought Pebbles up with her to come from behind onto the Hellborn team. They were able to take that top tower, but look, another Wretched Hag in Forsaken moments, as Wretched Hag definitely in trouble there, but the combo from Portal Key Pebbles, no, that's not a Portal Key, that's just Striders. Sorry, I thought his chalice was a portal key. Anyways, those Striders afford him a lot of movement, so he got over there post-haste and were able to combo her down. That's the first death now on Magix. Otherwise, would have been a great kill to pick up on that Wretched Hag. So, no
yeah,
kill
most
for
definitely. But as Forsaken Archer, it's relatively hard to kill the Wretched Hag, because she can just blink away if you don't kill her while she's in your stun.
Well, the cripple still immobilizes, which means you cannot actually blink out.
Yeah, you can't blink out, but the stun doesn't last that long.
No,
and
no, it doesn't.
And Wretched Hag has her bolstering armband, which gives her 6 extra strength, which is also always good. You know, all those little things that really add up to your survivability. Plus 6 strength, that is actually quite a lot of health. I'm too lazy to do the maths right now,
Well,
but
here,
it is quite a bit.
Math. What happens when a hero hits 0 hit points?
Then he dies.
Right, so we saw Andromeda just die right there, and now everything is being forced into a team fight down here. We got Valkyrie going down, Nymphora, Voodoo Jester, ultimate from the Silver Bullet, not going to be taking down whoever it was supposed to take down. But that Wretched Hag also now bites the dust, and that puts Pebbles and Dark Lady kind of just forest juking around here, as really the 2 really strong ranged heroes are just at their front door. This Forsaken Archer has lost quite a few of her skeletal minions, but they're coming back to life. And Flint, what kind of range? He has level 3 range, which means he's going to bang on this tower with no mercy whatsoever, and that's not going to be so great for Pyro. Now, Pyro has actually tied up the game. It is 9-9, but they have yet really to push any kind of lane, really. Okay, we got the top tower at half, and the bottom just a little over half, but now we've lost all 3 tier 1, or tier 2, depending on however people you want to count. We've lost all the outer towers here for the Legion.
Yeah, and that's mostly down to Magix, who just, you know, pushes every lane that he possibly can and just keeps on farming, spamming the the crippling volley and the skeletons just for farming purpose and more farming. But she's now getting caught. Oh, Forsaken Archer.
Again, you know, just a great example of the Nymphora map control that is afforded with her ultimate. Now, Andromeda, however, is going to get caught in the crossfire, and actually Nymphora is in a lot of trouble as well. Dark Lady going to come in here. She's used everything she has, and Nymphora's stun zeal there is going to be just enough to take her out. I don't know who silenced the Valkyrie, but that silence did not last nearly long enough. And now Witch Slayer is going to get out of here, no problem, in those trees. Now, who's not going to get out of here is that Valkyrie. But I was going to say, I mean, you're right, the Forsaken Archer was definitely farming. Those were triple stacked creeps. So she got a lot of om nom nom out of that. But, I mean, that's what happens when Nymphora stacks creeps and wants us, you know, her team, to have them. Retribution comes swiftly in the form of a fairy.
Yeah, I suppose, but still the farm on that Forsaken Arch is pretty impressive. Even though that Pyro actually have taken the kill lead and the experience lead, and that comes out of a really bad early game where they basically lost all 3 lanes and gave a Forsaken Arch a super good farm and the Flint a very easy time farming, still managing to hold on into this game. Pebbles has now reached level 10. That means he just broke the 1,000 mark damage-wise with his combination. That makes him a lot more deadly, and now he's gonna pick up the portal keys. That just makes up for a lot. So that's gonna be interesting. He just picked the portal key up. Oh, poor Voodoo Jester, poor Witch Slayer, poor Valkyrie even. You're all not gonna have a lot of fun.
No, probably not.
With the pebbles on the portal key.
Well, 16
They're
and a
just
half
firm targets.
portal key. I mean, it's not a record, but he's really come up with his farm. 251 gold a minute. Compare that to the Dark Lady. She's still only sitting at 190.
Definitely, Dark Lady really struggling, and she's delaying those, you know, the rune axe. She picks up even an iron shield, which
survivability is taking
yeah
here. As I said,
yeah.
5 ranged combo from KD, especially with 2 very hard hitters in the form of that Flint Beastwood and that Forsaken Archer. You could even say, you know, she could almost get one shot by this 500 damage nuke from the Witch Slayer. So the survivability option, I cannot really blame her for.
Yeah, but the iron shield's not gonna help her very much against Witch Slayer.
Not against his silver bullet. See, there's the silver bullet right now, taking down that wretched hag as she gets caught by, of course, the Forsaken Archer crippling volleys.
Yeah, definitely. And there we see Nymphora, but the Valkyrie ultimate comes out just in time, and Witch Slayer gonna get no, Witch Slayer, Flint Beastwood just gets out there.
Yeah, he's 125 health, but he's cool. He's good to go.
Yeah, pretty good communication with Valkyrie, just using ultimate right at the, you know, at the spot to help out their main carry. But what is Forsaken Archer doing? She's picking up a Sustainer and a Blessed Orb, so she's gonna go for the Null Stone, which is odd to say the least. Again. Yeah, but you can't just everybody can just buy survivability, then we get no kills. And that is not funny. We want DPS items, so we see lots of kills. Don't you get that, Jester?
Well, just recently in a game of GameReplays.org versus the HoNcast community, the game number 2 we just played last week, and their Flint Beastwood rushed himself a Null Stone. Yeah, Flint Beastwood. Actually, this guy might be doing that as well. Looks like, however, we're going to be picking up a double tap on 2 very squishy heroes. I don't know if this Flint will get out, but there's the Chuck going to be throwing him right behind enemy lines. And the Hellborn Zeal, or the Zeal from Nymphora will not be hitting him. That's a 3-kill yank right there. A lot of movement. I mean, between the blinking hag, we got the Nymphora with the ult, and now Pebbles with a portal stone. Dark Lady can just jump any which way she wants. That's a lot of mobility afforded to them. Even going to be taking down Oh, sorry, Nymphora got taken down. I was gonna say, Fire Wow, Forsaken Archer goes down too. But I don't know. These skeletons are fast little things, so I don't see Pebbles getting out of this. No, they are going to get out of this. Wretched Hag does a good taunt.